not news to CNN and the mainstream media this week. Let's start with the biggest story CNN buried this week. Iranian Izari Sharif, a very high-level government official in Iran, one who was directly involved in the Iranian nuclear deal, said last weekend that Iran will expose the European Union and American diplomats who took money or received kickbacks from Iran over the deal if the European doesn't continue trading and force America to trade with Iran as well. This was stated last Saturday and finally reported on Thursday by CNN, only 5 days late. Why did they hide this news? I thought they were supposed to be an unbiased and just report news. I think this is very newsworthy, but since it goes against CNN's narrative and agenda of everything is great with the Iran deal and the left are the good guys, they don't even report it in a timely fashion. And when they do, they put it in a 2-minute clip that never even makes their YouTube nor social media channels. It's called hiding a story, and a big one at that. The Illinois school shooting was averted this week by a school security officer armed with a gun. This school security officer confronted the gunman at a graduation rehearsal. The gunman ran. The school safety officer chased him down. They got into a minor shootout where the gunman was shooting at the armed security officer. The security officer shot him in the shoulder and arrested him, averting a school shooting. This is not news to CNN. Why not? Because they've been pushing the anti-gun agenda and telling their audience in America that armed security officers in schools is not an answer to stop school shootings. The reality of this incident directly blows that argument out of the water and shows that the opposite is true. That armed officers can and will stop school shootings before they even hurt one child. So again, no reporting done for hours. And when this is finally covered by CNN, it is literally in the wee hours of the morning. It is a 30-second clip, and again, is not put on their YouTube nor any social media channels. The biggest lie of the week for CNN and the mainstream media overall is President Trump describing immigrants as animals. The president was literally answering a question from a sheriff about difficulties removing MS-13 gang members from the streets. The president's reply was he understands that these restrictions help these animals. The globalist agenda-driven hacks at CNN conveniently left the question out of their reporting, which again related directly to MS-13, and took the comment out of context. The basic lie by omission route CNN has become famous for. Saying then, and still saying to this day, that the president meant all immigrants, not just MS-13, which he clearly was speaking about. The only mainstream media outlet to retract the original statement was the Associated Press, who, after a day-long jump on the bandwagon that Donald Trump is a xenophobe racist, at 2 a.m., yes, 2 in the morning, tweeted out a retraction stating that President Trump was answering a direct question about MS-13 gang members. But the damage was already done. They had pushed their narrative to their followers all day long, and hardly anyone saw the retraction at 2 a.m. How many examples of this blatantly biased reporting do I need to point out before the people of America wake up to this bull? These types of things would be laughable to the rest of us if a vast amount of dumb people in America didn't believe their lies and were not attempting to take down a rightfully elected president, all while protecting the criminals. The European Union and American diplomats that took kickbacks are criminals, should be exposed and taken down. Not according to CNN. The left are the great guys. Nothing went wrong with the deal. And it's not news that one of the highest ranking Iranian officials blatantly threatened the European Union with exposing their criminal kickback scheme. The MS-13 gang members who are arrested and then are released to brutally rape and then beat women in America to death, which again was talked about during this press conference or with this meeting with the sheriffs the other day, where Donald Trump said MS-13 members are animals. How else do you describe somebody who gets caught dealing drugs, arrested, not sent to ICE even though there was a retainer on him, released back into the street, and just weeks later brutally rapes and beats an American woman to death? That is an animal. But CNN doesn't see the American people nor the women as the victims of these criminals. They see the diplomats who took the bribes and the MS-13 gang members as the victims. And their biased hack reporting, their audiences now believe this and think that too. This is a true shame that this is what CNN and the mainstream media have become. I've been reporting on these types of stories all year. The fact is that CNN and the mainstream media are globalist hacks pushing an agenda to drive our country further and further left into the globalist socialist arms. Remember, socialism is the opposite of the American way. And that's why America has invented everything in the last 300 years. And socialist companies have invented zero.